So in this video, let us go on to see how we solve equations. So solving the equations, here what I mean is, to find the I don't know, and it means finding the variable. Now, finding the variable, you can find it in different ways. You can find it in your own method. I mean, of course, it should be the right method, but you can use it in your own method. There are different methods of finding the variable, value of the variable, and it's comparatively. You can compare it to a map. So this is a map from, or a route map from Delhi to Pakanjur, and see if you look carefully, there are three ways of going to it. One is shown in this blue color, another one is and the other two are shown in gray color. So one is in the middle part like this, and the other is the leftmost part like this. So there are three ways of reaching Pakanjur from Delhi by car. Okay, but when you travel by car, there are three ways of reaching Pakanjur from Delhi. But all these three methods will get you to Pakanjur, no doubt at all. But one problem, I mean not problem, actually one difference is the time will be different. If you take this method or this road, you will see that you will reach in 23 hours 21 minutes. If you take the middle road, you will reach in 27 hours. If you take the leftmost road, you will reach 29 hours. You will reach in 29 hours. So likewise, in the same way, when you solve equations, when you use some methods are little more, some methods give you the answer pretty fast, very fast. Some methods will cause you to do, methods will make the answer a little more lengthy. You'll have to do a little more steps. Some methods you'll have to do a lot of steps. You get it? So it depends on the method how you use. But if you're using the right method, you'll always reach the final answer. How much ever long it is, you will always reach the final answer. Now, which is the easiest one or which is the most fastest one, you will come to know by your experience in using different methods. Okay. Now, one thing that I wanted to be careful of is you can use any of these three roads to reach Pakanjur, but if only any of these three roads, you get it, that means you cannot use any road you want and you will not reach here. If you use some other road, you will reach Japan, or you will reach, maybe we can even reach China. But as our aim is not reaching the other places, it is just reaching Pakanjur. Likewise, in our question also, we cannot use any method or any method that you think is the right method. Whatever method you use, it should be the right method. It should be, according to mathematics, it should be a right method, and if it is, then of course you will reach the final answer. Now, let us see a little more on that. 4x plus 5 is equal to 24. Now, how people usually solve it is they will say, sir, move the 5 to the other side, and you will put 4. Okay. Now, mathematics is not playing football, kicking 5 to the other side and all. So what does this moving on all means? 3 is equal to 3, and I know that you all know that, but just bear with me for some time. 3 is equal to 3. If I multiply this left side 3 with 2, it will become 6 is equal to 3. Wait, what? Is it right? No, it is not. So you to make that thing right, I need to multiply with the right 3 also with 2. Well, now what happens? It will become 6 is equal to 6. So what do you understand from this? Whenever you multiply, you should multiply both sides of the equation. Never multiply just one side of the equation. The equation breaks, It was like, I'll tell you one example later. So it is, so whenever you multiply, you cannot multiply just one side. The whole equation goes wrong. Okay, let's look at another thing. 3 is equal to 3 again. Now, if I am adding 2 to one side, 2 plus 3, it will become 5 is equal to 3. Is it right? Never. Therefore, what I had to do is I have to add 2 to the right side also. So in the left side also I had to add 2 plus the right side also I add 2. Now what do you get? 5 is equal to 5, and that is right. So this is basically like, you can imagine a weightlifting man. if you only increase the weight on the left side or on one side, what happens is, or on the right side, if you increase the weight only on one side, his hand will break and he will fall down. It will injure him also. And he won't be able to lift it up because it's only weight. He cannot increase the weight on one side. You have to increase the weight on both sides equally so that he can lift it up. So like you can imagine equations kind of like that. It is like an equal sign holding two different. It's like an equal sign holding two different expressions together. If you multiply or if you do anything only on one side of the equation, the whole equation fails. Okay. So let us go take back our example again. 4x plus 5 is equal to 24. So what do we do? I will put the 5 to the other side. And how do we do that? It is, I'll subtract 5 from both sides. So what happens? 5 minus 5 is becomes 0. So I can do anything on both sides. So I'm subtracting 5 from both sides. So 5 minus 5, 0. So it is 4x is equal to 24 minus 5, that is 19. Now I have to get only x. So I need to move this 4. How to move it? I will divide everything by 4. Both sides I'm dividing by 4. So 4 by 4 it becomes 1. So 1x or x is equal to 19 by 4. You get it, right? So this is how you do it, and let me bring another example in front of you. Okay, this is another. I can bring you another. Yeah, another example would be like a weightlifting man. You can also imagine a gift box. The aim when you get a gift box, what you are most interested is not in the outer things, not in how the ribbon is tied, what color the gift box is. What you're interested is in what is there inside the gift box. So some people, when they get the gift box, they slowly open, untie the ribbon and open it up. Some people, just cut it open. Some people, just they just do whatever they can to get to know what is there inside that gift box. So it is something like that. The aim of the equation is to find the value of the variable, and you can do that in whichever method is right. You can use any correct method to do that. Okay, and we'll see a little more on that in this example. So 7x plus 5 plus 6x is equal to 2. First of all, we should always make our equation as small as possible, how much ever small we can. And making an equation as small as possible is also called simplifying the equation. Simplify means make it simple. So to make this a little more small, or to make this equation a little more simple, it will be 7x plus 6x. I can write it as 13x. So you studied this in polynomials. 13x plus 5 is equal to 2. And now the aim of our aim is we need to find x. Okay, so how to do that? That is what we need to see. So there are two ways. Either I can go from this side or I can go from this side. In this case, in this question, there are two ways that I can see. So let us use the first method. The first method is dividing everything by 13. So it will be 13x by 13 plus 5 by 13 is equal to 2 by 13. Which, then next step, 13 by 13 is 1. So x plus 5 by 13 is equal to 2 by 13. The next step is moving the 5 by 13 to the right side. That is subtracting 5 by 13 in both sides, or from both sides. Subtracting 5 by 13 from both sides. So this 5 by 13 and this 5 by 13 gets cancelled out, so it is 0. So x is equal to 2 by 13 minus 5 by 13. So this is one method of doing it. You got the value of x. If you calculate this, you get the value of x. Another method of doing it is 13x. Without dividing everything by x, I am subtracting 5 from both sides. Okay, so 13x plus 5 minus 5 is equal to 2 minus 5. So it is 13x is equal to 2 minus 5. Now I divide everything by, or 13x is equal to minus 3. And now I divide everything by 13. So 13x by 13 is equal to minus 3 by 13. So it is x is equal to minus 3 by 13. So you see that I can use any method and I can reach the value of x. I can find the value of x. Only thing is you should always use the right method. So again, getting into what is there inside the gift box. So let us look at some things. We studied different operations in math: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Now addition, we know an example will be 2 plus 3. Subtraction, another like one example would be 5 minus 4. Multiplication, and one example would be 3 into 5. Division, 6 by 2. Now I want to show this 5 minus 4. You can write it as 5 plus minus 4, right? You can write it like that. Plus into minus becomes minus itself. So 5 plus minus 4. Now this multiplication, you can write it as 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 into 5 is just 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And did I say it 5 times? And division, I can write it as 6 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2. Now let me just tell you why I'm writing all this. 3 into 5 is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and 6 by 2 is 6 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2. Now 6 by 2 is equal to 3. How you get that 3? It is how many times you need to subtract 2 from 6 to get 0. So if I subtract it once, I get it 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So you get it. So I need to subtract 2 3 times to get 0. Therefore I need to subtract 2 3 times from 6 to get 0. Therefore 6 by 2 is equal to 3. So you get it. So you see that subtraction is made up of addition. Multiplication, it is made up of addition. Division, it is made up of subtraction, and subtraction itself is made up of addition. Subtraction is also made up of, so division is made of subtraction, subtraction is made of addition. So basically you see all these operations are based on addition. So addition is the basic operation. So when I showed you in the previous section, I showed you that when you can add and multiply. When you add and multiply, you should do it on both sides of the equation. It not only add and multiply, even if you subtract or even if you divide, you should do it on both sides, because whatever is whatever you can, because subtraction is basically addition. So if you can add on both sides, if you need to add on both sides, you need to subtract on both sides also. So you get it. So all these operations are basically addition itself. Okay, now that's all for today. So yeah, if there's any doubt, watch the video again, and if the doubt still persists, contact me. Okay, so thank you guys for listening. Bye bye.